Hey everyone. So, what I'm going to show you how to make tonight is some Haitian rice. And I'm putting on my gloves right now. I usually like to cook with gloves, but it's really simple. I know that sometimes people struggle with making rice, but I promise you it's easy. I have my stove on. And yeah, so the ingredients I'm going to be using is some oil. This is 2 tablespoons of oil. Green onion. That's a little bit of salt that fell in. I have some salt. This is 2 teaspoons of salt. I have my water set to the side already. So the trick when it comes to cooking rice or boiling your rice is that for every cup of rice, it's 2 cups of water. Always remember that. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it. So this is on. I'm going to go ahead and add my oil to the pan, okay? And usually when we use this onion, it's to give it like really good flavor. This is green onion. So the point is to ensure that it turns into a nice brown color. So make sure that it's hot enough. And if you ever want to test to see if your oil is, you know, at the right temp, you could just sprinkle a little bit of water, not too much, like that. You see how it's sizzling a little bit? Go ahead and add your green onion in there, okay? I promise you, rice is simple to make. And you're just going to toss it around because you want it to get that flavor, okay? So after it has that nice brown color, you're going to add your water, but not just yet, all right? So I'm already using 3 cups of rice, and make sure you don't pop, okay? Make sure the oil does not pop you. Let me turn it down just a little bit. I'm going to change my spoon, but this is what I'm using for now. So you just want to make sure it's like a brown color. I have it on medium high right about now. So what I made for tonight was turkey neck, but I flavored it like oxtail. I know y'all have seen that on YouTube where people season their turkey necks like oxtail. That's what I did. And a video will be uploaded this week on how to make that. And it came out so good. I have it on super low right now. It's been cooking for 3 hours, but it's on low right now just to keep it warm. So I'm going to have that with rice. So this will last me for a good minute. All right. So it's not that color that we want just yet. Hold on, y'all. All right. So just toss it around. It's turning slowly but surely, but it's not the color that I want it yet. And also another trick is, okay, when it comes to your rice, the reason why sometimes your rice will come out mushy is because you cover it. You're not supposed to cover it with a lid. You have to wait until the water gets to a certain point to where you turn it down and then you cover it with some aluminum foil. So the reason why some people's rice comes out mushy is because they're covering it as soon as they put water in it, and you're not supposed to do that. So that's why some people's rice come out too mushy, or if it comes out too hard, it's because they didn't give it enough time to, they didn't give it enough time to kind of steam or cook. All right, so now that it's the color that I want, you got to be careful because, water going to be popping. You are adding water to the pot, so move away. All right. And add your water to the pot, and then you turn it to high. So because you want to make sure that your water can boil. Make sure it boils. So what do? I have to talk to y'all a certain way. Because when it comes to cooking, it's like some people struggle with cooking. And, you know, I have a sense of humor. So I kind of break it down like how I would want it break it down to me when it comes to anything, not just cooking. So that's how I'm just joking with y'all. But okay. So after you've added your water to the pot, you're going to take your salt, okay? And you're just going to sprinkle it. You don't have to sprinkle it all at once. What you can do is, because that's 2 teaspoons of salt. I don't like to taste salt when it comes to my rice. I want to make sure that it's seasoned to my liking, but when you can taste salt, then just know that you added too much. So we already have our green onion. Okay, we have our water, we have our oil in here. But what you want to do is to test it. You just take a little bit to ensure, because we already added some salt, but we don't know if we want to add the rest of this, right? So all you do is you take it, put it on your palm, all right? And you taste it. So it's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the rest of this in here, mix it up a little bit, and then I know I can add it. My rice isn't salty. So we have it on high because we want to make sure that it boils. So while it's boiling, I know it's been controversy online to where people are asking, oh, why do you wash your rice? You don't need to wash your rice. And I'm not gonna shame anybody that doesn't wash their rice, that doesn't wash certain things, but tradition, this is how I was raised to make my rice, and I really like the outcome of it. So what we're gonna do, oh, I keep forgetting y'all, I could zoom in on live. This kind of cool. I'm still getting used to live. So while I'm waiting for my rice to boil, what we can do is, in the meantime, is cover it for now, just to kind of speed up the process a little bit. So that our rice water, I guess, can boil. What I'm gonna do is, or what you would do in this case, is make sure it's cold water, but you're going to add cold water to your rice. Let me show y'all the rice. Okay, so I have my rice here. This is 3 cups of rice, okay? 3 cups of rice. And what did I say in the beginning? In the beginning, I said for every cup of rice, it's 2 cups of water, okay? That's going to ensure that your rice doesn't overcook, become mushy, or undercook. So for every 1 cup of rice, it's 2 cups of water. So I'm going to add cold water to this, and I'm going to wash my rice. Now for this white rice, I just, rinse it like once. Be sure that it's not hot water. Be sure that it's cold water, because you don't want to pre-cook your rice or anything. So make sure it's cold water, okay? So, hold on. I make sure it's cold. Hold on, y'all. All right. So, as you can see, this is what it looks like. I don't want to turn it too much, but I have my water, and then I'm just going to strain it. That's all. It's not hard. It won't hurt you if you do this, okay? And there's no judgment, because some people might be like, well, this is an extra step, but everyone is different. Everyone is different. I know some people like to clown people and how they do things, but I'm not. It's a judgment-free zone on this channel. All right. So towards the end, you add butter to it, but not yet. Okay. This is a very simple recipe. It's not hard at all. Very easy. And if you have any questions, always feel free to ask me. I never mind answering any questions that people might have for me. Don't forget, y'all, like, okay, comment, share the live, subscribe to your girl. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before December. And right now we're in August. And I think that's a good time frame, but yeah. So how's everybody weekend going so far? I hope everybody had a good weekend. I did. I enjoyed my weekend. Hi, Cool Man. Hi, Hewitt. Sukana? I like the name Sukana. Nestor. Who else? And Eric. Eric was the first one on here. I appreciate it. Um, Cool Man said rinsing can help lower traces of pesticides or even small amounts of heavy metals like arsenic, which rice can absorb from soil and water. A good wash won't remove everything, but will help reduce it. Thank you, Cool Man, for that. For that fact, I appreciate it. That's really good to know. And that even goes for like me, like with Caribbeans or other people. What they do is they like to clean their meat, and that might look different for everyone, but usually for Haitians, what they use is, thank you, Kuhlman, for subscribing. I appreciate it. But what they do is they use lime. For Haitians, we like to use lime, sour orange, sometimes vinegar, as well as salt. And then we use cold water to remove any type of things like gunk. I call it gunk, or slimy things that we don't like on the meat. And then we like to season it using ippies. And then we like to cook it. So it's usually like a 2-day process. So which isn't bad, but everyone different. I really want to get to the point, and let me know if y'all can kind of relate. I want to get to the point to where I can cook different types of meals from different countries, not just Haitian food or anything. I'm really trying to master Haitian food because sometimes I feel like there's like 40 steps to one dish. Like I swear, like with legume is various vegetables. You have meats, and y'all, I promise you, I feel like it's like 40 steps to it. So it's certain things I really want to master, which I am. I'm determined, but baby, you gotta have the will to want to do it. Because some people will be like, man, this too much, which I wouldn't blame them. I would not blame them, but it's so, I don't know. Food is just beautiful. You just have to ensure that you have limitations. So you said any helpful hints on cooking small amounts of rice. Whenever I try to cook it for one person, it never comes out right. Okay, so this question is coming from Trouble. Trouble, what you do is, if you're only cooking for yourself, let's just say you only want to use 1 cup of rice. For that 1 cup of rice, you would use 2 cups of water. Do not cover your rice right away. So you can stay on here and see what I mean. You're gonna use that 2 cups of water. Get your 1 cup. Use 2 cups of water. Wait until it boils, and then you add the rice. Add the rice to it. So just like this, but this is just a larger quantity. And you let it boil. Do not cover. Do not cover your rice automatically. Please don't. That's the problem. Is it coming out too mushy, or what is how doesn't it come out right? Because another thing is, like I was saying earlier, sometimes people cover their rice too soon, or they do too much stirring. Do not stir your rice like that. When you stir it, this is delicate to me. It's delicate. But you're not supposed to do a lot of stirring. You're not supposed to do all of that. That's what kind of adds to it being mushy. So let it boil. So what you're going to start off with is it on high. Let your water boil, okay? And then wait until the water goes down. Don't do too much stirring. So as you can see is I've added my rice to the pot, okay? And all I'm going to do is, sometimes I'll use a fork as well, so it's not as, too much going on. Let me grab this real quick and rinse it off. It's just learning. Like, all I like to do is to make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom. It's not going to stay on high, okay? It's just until it boils. All right? I'm not doing too much stirring. I'm just ensuring that it doesn't stick to the bottom. And Trouble, like I was saying, since you're just cooking for yourself, for that 1 cup of rice, and just test it out. Use 2 cups of water, okay? Okay. So you said usually too dry, about half a cup of rice is good for just me. I hate throwing food out. Okay, so that's fine. So what you would do is for half a cup of rice, you would just use 1 cup of water. Okay? 1 cup of water. And another thing is, you said that um it's too dry. So this is a tip that I'm going to show you. Give me 1 second. Let me wipe my hands because it's going to help you. Once that water boils, okay, and you add that half a cup of rice to the boiling water, this is what you're going to do. Get some aluminum foil, okay? I'm going to have to use this later on, like later on in the step. What you do is get some aluminum foil. This is towards the end where the water has gone down because you're going to steam your rice. So you take your aluminum foil. I'm going to place this downwards and I'm going to cover the lid because what I'm going to do towards the end is I'm going to steam my rice, okay? But don't do it right away. You wait until your rice is cooking. So don't do too much stirring, okay? You're just doing just enough to make sure it's not sticking. I'm not doing all of this here, all right? And right now it's still on high. Now, for some, they might have to do, everyone's stove is different. They might have to do medium high, but what the goal is for this to go down to a certain amount, then you're going to test it. But trouble, back to what I was saying to you. You take your aluminum foil, and I'm going to show you. I'm not going to cover it now because it's way too soon. All right. And trouble, what you're going to do is you're going to cover it because when the water has gone down, when you're done cooking, you're steaming your rice. And that way it's not dry, it's just right. Okay. 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water for most white. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Cool man. Cool man just wrote, that's what I was saying in the beginning, for every 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. So if he's doing half a cup, then a cup should be sufficient. By the time that it's boiling, you know, some of the water has gone down, then you add the rice. And also, if you like, okay, no problem. Also, trouble, before you go, towards the end, you can add a little bit of butter, just a little bit of butter prior to covering it, okay? And let me know how it works out. This is going to be public once it's done uploading and everything. So you can leave a comment and let me know how it turned out. But hopefully it does. And if you need me to do like a more detailed video, if you want me to do a detailed video, let me know and then just comment. And then I'll do one where it's just one, like a half a cup of rice to kind of help you step by step. But have a good night, okay? And you're welcome. So right now it's still boiling. I'm not doing all this mixing, okay? I'm just trying to ensure that nothing is sticking to the bottom and it's good so far. Because whenever you're doing all of this, y'all, that's how your rice comes out mushy. And if you cover it too soon, that also is what has people's rice not coming out right. It took me a while to kind of figure it out. Like even with practice, it took a while, y'all. It took a while. All right, so I just tasted my water and it's just right for me. Okay. It's just right. I know that there's some salt in there, but it's not like I taste it where it's overpowering. As you can see, I didn't cover anything. It's open, it's boiling, it's cooking. So after it gets to, I want to say like down here, as it goes, as some time go on, I'm gonna lower the temperature. It's not gonna stay on high, y'all, because it won't cook thoroughly. I just wait. I should have started a timer, but I didn't. I just wait until I'm comfortable enough. Or what I do is one of these little tricks where I'm like, okay, once it gets to a certain point, you test it out. I could tell just by testing it out, it's definitely not cooked yet. So it's just trial and error. And if you're someone where you're trying to learn how to cook, whether you in college, whether you're a single person, you don't have nobody cooking for you, then start with a small amount. So like what Trouble was saying earlier, Trouble's only cooking for themselves, right? So practice makes perfect, because in this economy, the way food is expensive, man, please. All right, so now I'm going to lower it just a little bit because the water is going down and I'm checking it. I don't want it to stick to the bottom, so I lowered the temperature just a little because I want to make sure that, you know, it's not sticking, but it's also boiling, but it's not too low. Hopefully my directions are as thorough as possible. I might have to do a separate video on this, but you see how the water is going down. All right, so in about 2 minutes or so, I'm going to add butter on top, but I've lowered the temperature some. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another, hold on, y'all, another cooking spoon. Found one. Let me rinse it real quick. But today was my cooking and cleaning day, which went well. All right, see? And also, when you add oil to your rice, it prevents it from sticking as bad as it would without any. But as you can see, I'm just testing it out. I'm not doing all that mixing. Remember what I said. Y'all need to chill with that mixing. And as you can see, it's a little bit softer than earlier when I was testing it. So now it's on a medium temp because I'm going to slow down the cooking, right? We don't want this to burn. So it's just timing. But you see how fast that water went down? And this is not just for me, y'all. Sometimes I'll bring some to work and share it. So let me get my butter. Give me 1 second. Let me get the butter. Let me get the butter, baby. Hold on, y'all. I should have had it set aside, but hold on. I had to grab it. Had to grab it from the refrigerator. And y'all, don't be making rice and then you just walk away. That be what some people be doing, and then they like, what happened to my rice? Baby, you walked away. Now your rice burnt. So let me lower it just a little bit more. All right. But see, it's still too much water, as you can see, and I don't want to, it's not time to cover it yet. So let me grab, hold on, y'all. And another tip I have, clean as you go. It kind of makes your life a little bit easier. Just like to add a little bit of butter in the center. All right. This is a larger pot. Like I said, this is not just for me. But if you're meal prepping, this is a good idea. You know, and you could test it out. Like if you like your coworkers like that, then, you know, as you perfect your cooking, you can share, get their opinions. I used to have one of my friends used to do that. You know, she would practice because she was really determined to learn how to cook, and she would bring it to her coworkers. And you know, people will be honest with you. They will be honest. All right, so I'm gonna lower it again. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me put this butter back because the price of groceries, I can't ruin my butter, baby. I got to put it back because these groceries, oh, it's too much. But okay, so I was supposed to grab something. 1 second. All right, so I had grabbed me one of these because I don't know how these Haitians be doing it, y'all. They be grabbing this with their hand. They be grabbing it with their hand. I'm not there yet. All right. So I've lowered it. Now what I'm gonna do is, hold on. All right, I'm gonna just test it out. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is it's steaming time. Water's gone down. I've added my butter, and I'm gonna lower this just a little bit more. And now we're steaming it. I was telling, seems like cooking for just one person is harder than for 3 or 4 people. All the stuff you get at the store is in really big packs. Oh my gosh, yeah, but trouble. Another, okay, y'all, hold on, y'all, steam it. This is the steaming process. Leave this alone, okay? This is the important part. It's steaming. We got the aluminum foil. Sometimes in trouble, I'm going to get back to you. Sometimes people are too quick. No, this is the important part. Every time y'all try to remove it, I'm going to do one of these in spirit. Leave it alone, okay? We have the aluminum foil. Sometimes people use a bag. Me, I was taught to use an aluminum foil, not a bag. This is the important process because this is going to determine, well, the whole thing determines how your rice is going to come out, but it's not going to burn. We've lowered it to like it's on low right now. Okay, leave this alone. So trouble, what I advise you do, I don't know if you're on TikTok, but if, let's just say, if you mostly use YouTube, what you need to do is just you search cooking for one person, cooking for one person. And then sometimes it'll lead you to a video, and that person will show you what stores you can go to that can kind of cater to what you're looking for. So what I like to advise is use your resources. And I know it's not easy. I know everyone has busy lives. They just want things to be a little bit more convenient, but always use Google, use TikTok, use YouTube, use Facebook. I know there are some people out there as well that they don't care to be on these social media platforms. They're not creators. They just want to, just simple, be on 1 or 2 platforms. So whatever platform you're on, do a quick search. And then like there's some people, I've run across some people on TikTok. I wish, I knew their names, but they would their content would mostly focus on cooking for one person. I wish I knew the name, but on TikTok I did see this girl that did it, and her food looked on point. So let me know how it turns out. Because yeah, food is expensive. It is. I'm not even gonna front like I got it, not yet. Let's claim it. But food is expensive. It is. So don't nobody want to be throwing food away or any of that, because it's just not right. I know some people that work at certain places, and where they work, they get rid of so much food, like they throw it away, and it's good food. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started. Like when you have parents from another country, you learn to kind of value things. So if I'm going on a rant, my bad, y'all. So yeah. So you're gonna let this steam for about 10 minutes. Sorry, y'all, that's my dog. Get your behind. Get your behind from the kitchen. Bye. Good day. He acting up. Sorry, y'all. I'm a dog mom. Get from the kitchen. Don't play with me. You can look at me like that all you want to. But okay, yeah. So let this steam for another 10 minutes and you'll be good. And then you can lift it up and test it out. But y'all, I'm so excited. I think I'm going to put it in a pot so y'all can see while this is steaming. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let your girl find a bowl, like a small bowl. I'm going to show you these turkey necks that I made, but I made it like neck bone. Oh my gosh, I made it like oxtail. Hold on, y'all. He acting up. 1 second. This is so embarrassing. All right, y'all. So these dog kids, I only have one, but don't like to listen. They like to embarrass people. I am going to show y'all this bomb meal that I made. And it didn't cost too much. I am going to upload a video. But y'all, it's so good. I tasted one and it was bomb. Look at this. So a lot of it was a trend, but a lot of people was like, forget that. Y'all trying to charge too much for oxtail. So a trick is, this is turkey necks. Y'all, this is turkey necks. So all you do is you would season it like you would oxtail. Okay. And the same steps and everything, but it's cheaper. So what I did was I went to Publix. Y'all know Publix is my store, but I would recommend, this is kind of hot. Where's my thing? I would recommend like going to a meat market. Go to a meat market if you want to get more for your money. But me, I wanted to test it out, see how I like this. So I went to Publix, and what I had them do was I had them cut the turkey necks kind of in the shape of oxtail, but this came out so bomb. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for fork turkey necks. And literally, I only spent about, I think about $13, $14. No, it was less than that. I don't remember. But look, it's tender. It's been cooking for 3 hours. This is turkey neck, y'all. So, and I did not spend so much because oxtail is too expensive, and I'm not spending that. And have my beans, and it didn't cost a lot. So I'm gonna upload a video. This is bay leaves. You don't eat this. I'm gonna put it back in there, but I'm not ready for this yet. But yeah, look, turkey necks. And I'm gonna upload a detailed video. It did take me a while to cook and upload, but look at how tender that is. It boils, and you just, it's not as much meat as oxtail, but to think of this, people are so creative. So I was like, you know what? I could do that too. Now I can make some bussin' oxtail, but baby, the pockets these days, it's looking a little, it ain't really pocketing, darling. So I don't think I want to. Sorry, y'all. I'm all in y'all ear with my dishes. I had to wash dishes earlier, but has it been 10 minutes yet? Hold on. Has it been 10 minutes? I think it has been. But all right. So, because I want to get off of here soon. I love y'all, but your girl got stuff to do. I'm gonna show you the end results of what your rice should look like. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all, I'm grateful for a job, but I wish tomorrow. I wish tomorrow was an off day. But your girl not gonna complain, okay? Your girl is not going to complain at all. I'm gonna suck it up and do what I gotta do. All right. So the rice is steamed for a good minute. So now, hold on. Did y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe? I hope y'all did, because I just gave you some great tips. Okay. And this is the best channel ever. But anyways, girl, get to the point. All right. So it's steamed. Voila. Ain't that rice on point, baby? How long we been on here? 33 minutes. It didn't take that long. But look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Y'all, look. So your rice should come out like this. It's not mushy. I ain't going to be doing too much because I'm going to still let it steam. But look, this is how it should look. Okay? This is how your rice should look. Now, where's that fork? Hold on, let me rinse this fork. I don't want to make too much dishes for myself. So, but this is what it should look like. Okay? It's still steaming. I ain't going to be doing too much. I just wanted to show y'all because I'm going to get off soon. So your onion, you always put that to the side, but I'm going to put it right here because I'm not going to eat it, but just let me put it to the side. It's prettier on the side and not in the center. But yeah, so this is how it should be. If you want to ask any questions, feel free to do so. But this is what your rice should look like, okay? Let me put this, take that to the side. Wipe that off. But yeah, if you have any questions, sorry, I just bumped y'all. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them if you want me to go ahead and it's still on low. You can leave it on low. If you want me to do a more detailed video, let me know. But your girl's storage, it ain't storaging. Meaning the storage is looking crazy on this phone, and I have yet to make the time to use my camera that I purchased literally 2 months ago. So I thought getting on live would be easier. But yes, hopefully I answered any questions. Hopefully I made making rice a little bit easier for those who struggle, because I know cooking can be frustrating, especially if it's harder for you. You didn't have anybody to show you how to do it. So that's why your girl is here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll answer any questions you have. But have a